Hello guys, what's up guys? Oh, what a view to start the day. You see at my back is the Art Science Museum. I'm here today to watch the Star Wars Identity Exhibition. Singapore is the final stop of this global tour that started January 30 and will end on 12th of June 2021. This exhibition presents close to 200 original items from the Lucas Museum of Narrative Arts Archives. This is to explore the science of identities through the Star Wars characters. This will give us also the opportunity to discover their own personal identities in the Star Wars galaxy. I'm excited already. I must be there by 10:15. Time check. It's 10 o'clock. Then let's go now guys.
What you are about to experience is an adventure into identity. On your journey, cross paths with all the memorable characters of Star Wars. You'll meet Yoda, the wise old Jedi Master, and learn what makes him who he is. You'll meet Padme, the Senator, the Queen, and the leader of her people. You'll come face to face with Han Solo as he pilots his Millennium Falcon throughout the galaxy. And you'll meet a new Star Wars character, you. Just like these characters, you have a story. And like them, you will follow the path that has made you who you are today. Remember, in the real world, just like in Star Wars, there are no two characters with the same identity. Take our two heroes, for example, Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker. As children, they grew up in the same place, a desert planet far from the center of the galaxy. As young men, they hungered for adventure, for a bigger world far beyond the limitations of their everyday lives. And as heroes, they faced the same set of challenges: terrifying monsters, treacherous enemies, and the temptations of the dark side. And yet, with all these similarities, their differences are what define them. They made choices, and those choices defined their identities. Now, you will follow in the footsteps of these two heroes. Along the way, you'll discover the hero inside yourself. Reach out with your feelings. Get creative. What kind of creature are you? Where are you going? Who helps you along the way? And most importantly, when the dark side beckons, which side of the Force will you choose? Who is the hero you know you could be? On your identity quest, 10 interactive stations await you. You'll need to complete them all for the hero inside you to fully emerge. Your journey won't always be easy, but it will be full of adventure. Are you ready? Good luck, hero, and may the Force be with you.
result of the combination of two living cells, spermatozoa and ovum. Each of these cells contains 23 chromosomes, and when combined, these 46 chromosomes create a unique combination of genes, which contain the instruction codes for many of our physical and psychological characteristics. For example, blood type, gender, eye and hair color are all determined by our unique genetic makeup. So varied are the possible combinations of genes that your parents have to have 1 quadrillion babies, or 143,000 times the number of people alive today, to produce a brother or sister with exactly the same genes in you.
Waste time with your friends when your chores are done. Now, come on, get to it.
Both Luke and Anakin were raised in caring environments, but their parents instilled in them different values, rules, and responsibilities. Current scientific research suggests that parenting styles can be classified according to 2 criteria: responsiveness and demandingness. Parental responsiveness refers to the warmth or supportiveness of a parent, whereas demandingness refers to a parent's use of discipline and expectation of responsibility. Where parents fall on the responsiveness and demandingness scales results in a typology of 4 distinct parenting styles. Luke and Anakin were both raised by parents high on responsiveness. But where Luke's adoptive parents were also high on demandingness, Anakin's mother was low. So Luke was raised in an environment of discipline and responsibility, whereas Shmi Skywalker allowed Anakin more freedom.
Training to become a Jedi is not an easy challenge. Even if you succeed, it's a hard life.
But I want to go. It's what I've always dreamed of doing. Can I go, Mom?
Anakin, this path has been placed before you. The choice is yours alone.
How we are raised can have an influence on a variety of aspects of life, including but not limited to social competence, academic performance, psychosocial development, and behavioral patterns. Demandingness and responsiveness are not the only influences our parents have on us. We inherit interests, values, morals, and ethics from the people who raise us, all of which can have a lasting influence on the identity we are shaping. The culture in which we are brought up has a unique set of characteristics, including its language, customs, traditions, and forms of expression, as well as less visible elements like beliefs and morals. All these cultural elements affect who we are, how we think, and how we communicate. The cultural elements peculiar to Tatooine, a planet rife with dangers and hardships, helped shape the early development of Luke's and Anakin's identities. But even within a shared culture like Tatooine's, there can be many different subcultures. Luke was raised on a farm, defined by its geography, isolation, and work ethic, while Anakin was brought up as a slave in an urban center and was, as a result, exposed to a more diverse population with a completely different social structure. In fact, a wide variety of subcultures flourish across Tatooine. Take the Tusken Raiders, for example, or the Jawas. And in a cavernous palace somewhere deep in the desert, one subculture is totally unlike anything else in the galaxy. On our planet, there are approximately 3,000 distinct human societies. But in today's increasingly globalized world, many of us relocate and leave our cultural origin behind. Although we may retain certain elements from our birth culture, we may also adopt traits from the new and sometimes quite different society in which we find ourselves. Luke and Anakin learned the qualities of a good Jedi and a number of valuable life lessons from the more experienced Jedi who mentored them.
I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience. He will learn patience. Much younger than him. Like his father.
Was I any different when you told me?
He's not ready.
A mentor conveys knowledge, helps to develop skills, and transmits values through counsel and example. All these influences can contribute to the development, dreams, and identity of the individual being mentored. A teacher can be a mentor, as can a brother or a sister, or a work colleague. In fact, anyone who goes above and beyond the requirements of their relationship to act as a source of inspiration for the learner could be considered a mentor. What distinguishes a mentor from an ordinary teacher or instructor is that the mentor teaches by example, acts as a role model or counselor for the apprentice, and earns their respect and admiration. But the learner has a crucial role to play in the relationship as well. To learn, he or she must have focus, discipline, and a personal investment in the area of study. And this is not always easy.
He's overly critical. He never listens. He doesn't understand. It's not fair.
All mentors have a way of seeing more of our faults in their life. Tell me where we go.
It is now understood that the repetition of a given behavior can establish and reinforce new connections between neurons in the brain, not only in childhood, but also throughout our adult lives. This phenomenon, known as brain plasticity, allows us to develop talents and abilities at any age. As it turns out, we are never too old to benefit from a good mentor.
Over the course of our lives, we develop relationships with peers, either one-on-one or as part of group, with whom we share values, preferences, objectives, and a worldview. Within these relationships, we mutually influence one another's identities. Luke, for example, finds friendship and a sense of belonging among the members of the Rebel Alliance. Many of the influences on our identity grow out of our integration into a new social group, like the kind that can be found in the classroom or on a sports team. Some of these influences are visible, like our clothing or our codes of conduct, and some are more subtle, like values and beliefs. Friends and groups are particularly important in our early teen years, facilitating and influencing the passage from dependent adolescent to autonomous adult. To affirm our place in the group and our identity in the eyes of the others, we may feel pressured to act in new and unfamiliar ways, including taking risks or breaking rules.
Well, you heard Master Windu. He gave me strict orders to stay here.
He gave you strict orders to protect me. And I'm going to help Obi-Wan. You plan to protect me. He'll just have to come along.
This may be a result of physiology. During these formative years, those areas of the brain associated with a number of cognitive skills, such as planning, organizing, and decision-making, are still developing. This may explain why we are more impulsive in our adolescent years, and so often leap before we look.
Over the course of our lives, many important events may play a significant role in the construction of our identity. Examples can include suffering an illness or an accident, winning a prize, or living through a war or other catastrophe. One particularly impactful event that befalls both Luke and Anakin is the premature loss of their parents.
You're with me, Mom. You're with me.
The importance we attribute to an event like this, and the way in which we respond over the long term, will dictate to what extent the event will impact our identity. Anakin's loss of his mother has a variety of long-term manifestations, including leaving him with a pathological fear of losing Padme. The equally tragic death of Luke's adoptive parents, on the other hand, impacts the younger Skywalker in a very different way.
With you all. There's nothing to fear now. I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
It was long believed that a person exposed to extreme trauma early in life would carry that experience into adulthood, the trauma indelibly imprinted on their identity. We now know that this isn't always the case, and that sometimes people like Luke are able to overcome and even benefit from negative events through a phenomenon known as resilience.
creatures live in the universe. They live on the moons of Diego, I think.
Funny little boy. How do you know so much?
I listen to all the trainers and star pilots. I'm a pilot, you know, and someday I'm gonna fly away from this place.
You're right.
All my life,
Have you been here?
since I was very little. 3, I think. My mom and I were sold to Godzilla that way, but she lost us betting on the pod races.
You're a slave?
I'm a person, and my name is Anakin.
Tell me, young Luke, what brings you out this far?
This little droid. I think he's searching for his former master, but I've never seen such devotion in a droid before. He claims to be the property of an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is he a relative of yours? Do you know who he's talking about?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Long time.
I think my uncle knows him. He said he was dead.
Oh, he's not dead. Not yet.
But you know him?
Well, of course I know him. He's me. I haven't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since all before you were born.
Master Yoda, I gave Qui-Gon my word. I will train Anakin. Without the approval of the Council if I must.
Qui-Gon's defiance I sense in you. Ain't that you tonight? Agree with you the Council does. Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be. I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience.
You will learn patience.
Much anger in him. Like his father.
Was I any different when you taught me?
He's not ready.
I am ready. Ben, I can be a Jedi. Ben, tell him I'm ready.
Ready, are you? What knows you ready? For 800 years have I trained Jedi. My own council will I keep one who is to be trained. Jedi must have the deepest commitment, the most serious mind. He is too old. Yes, too old to begin the training.
But I've learned so much.
Will he finish what he begins?
I won't fail you. I'm not afraid.
Good, Anakin, good. Kill him. Kill him now.
I shouldn't.
Do it.
faith has made you powerful. Now, fulfill your destiny. Take your father's place at my side.
Never turn to the dark side.
Occupation is defined as an everyday task in which people are actively engaged. Our occupations, which include employment, parenting, volunteering, community activity, or even a hobby, can contribute to our self-esteem and the realization of our potential, providing us with the opportunity for action and a sense of competence, continuity, and belonging.
I wasn't the youngest queen ever elected, but now that I think back on it, I'm not sure I was old enough. I'm not sure I was ready.
The people you served thought you did a good job. I heard they even tried to amend the Constitution so you could stay in office.
I was relieved when my teacher did.
Padme's leadership abilities, societal interests, and benevolent personality combined to make her particularly well suited to her occupation. And this is no accident. A classification system known as the Holland Code connects occupation to personality according to 6 occupational fields. There are realistic occupations, for those mechanically or physically inclined, and investigative occupations, for those with analytic or scientific minds. There are artistic occupations for creative and independent people, and social occupations for those who enjoy helping others. There are enterprising occupations in fields like sales, advertising, and politics. And finally, there are conventional occupations which require attention to detail and organization. Most individuals have interests associated with a combination of 2 or 3 of these types. Padme's occupation as a senator suggests, for example, enterprising traits like leadership and persuasion, social traits like cooperation and nurturing, and investigative traits like intellect and analysis. The occupation we choose can also play a role in shaping our identity, both in our own eyes and in the eyes of others. A value system is a hierarchy of beliefs, principles, and moral standards that contributes to our identity and influences our evaluation of any given situation.
The Jedi use their power for good. Good point of view. Sith Jedi are similar in almost every way.
including their quest for greater power.
The sick rely on their passion for strength. They think inwards, only about themselves.
The Jedi don't.
The Jedi are selfless. They only care about others.
Anakin's doubts stem from conflicting values. Our hierarchy of beliefs is often challenged as we are called upon to measure one value against another. Sometimes these choices can be difficult. At other times, our value system provides a clear direction.
Fulfill your destiny. Take your father's place at my side.
Never turn to the dark side. You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father.
Our values are developed over time and influenced by many factors, including our upbringing, our culture, our friends and mentors, and significant events in our lives. As well as guiding our choices, values may also impact our well-being. Studies have indicated that people who subscribe to positive values, such as altruism and empathy, traits of the Jedi, actually live longer and are happier and healthier than those who prioritize negative values, such as greed and egotism, traits of the Sith.
I am concerned for my Padawan. He is not ready to be given this assignment in his own right.
The Council is confident in its decision, Obi-Wan.
Boy has exceptional skills.
But he still has much to learn, Master. His abilities have made him, well, arrogant.
A flaw more common among Jedi.
Anakin's arrogance, stubbornness, and impulsiveness combine to make his personality profile a predominant aspect of his identity. Personality can be defined as a person's typical pattern of thinking, feeling, behaving, and reacting. Our personalities are composed of a number of traits which tend to be relatively stable and consistent over time and in different situations. Examples of traits include impatience, generosity, empathy, honesty, and shyness, to name just a few. Personality traits can be classified into 5 broad categories, known commonly as the Big Five. Together, these 5 categories, openness, extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and neuroticism, represent all aspects of human personality and are reflected in all of us to varying degrees. Recent research into the complex question of personality suggests that external influences, such as environmental or social experiences, play a role in the development of our unique personalities. But genetics, and therefore our internal physiological and biochemical processes, are also at work here and can, in certain cases, contribute to personality disorders.
is my identity. Wow. Very nice, guys. Wow. That's why I recommend guys come and watch the Star Wars Exhibition Identities. This is the fantasy meets reality. The ticket, guys, I will post on the description box below the link how to get your tickets. You can get either in sistik.com or you come here in Art Science Museum to buy your tickets. You can walk in here and buy your ticket. Wow, it's quite nice, guys. Try it. Now we'll check the email. Who is my identity? Inbox. Star Wars. That's my identity. That's why you need to come here, guys, and check yours also. Bye, guys, and if you like this video, like and subscribe. Thank you, guys, and I see you on my next video. Bye bye.